Hello, welcome to Sephra's World and to your July horoscope. Now, this particular video will do an overview, so it's a general video for all of us. And these horoscopes are brought to you by Romance Daily News. And also want to remind you that I do have a series called Witch Upon a Star, and my latest book, Taurus, a Hearse of a Different Color, came out in October. And these witch books are romance and they're fun and they're, witchy and all that. So I really, really hope if you enjoy these horoscopes, why not pick up one of my books? All right, so let's get on with it. Now, first of all, I just want to say that we're coming through this pandemic, partly for historical reasons. I'm mentioning the pandemic. So we're going, tomorrow is Canada Day. So yay, Canada Day. And here in Canada, we seem to be almost finishing the first curve or the first round of the virus. And a lot of the country has opened up. Where I am, we're slowly opening up because I'm in Toronto, which is where most of the population of Canada lives, right? So we're opening up slowly here, but we are opening up. And I do believe today they're going to have an ordinance where they're going to make mask wearing mandatory. I know they have started that for the TTC, which is our transit system. And today, this morning, I went and checked out one of the malls because our malls just opened up a couple days ago. And in the malls, most of the stores won't let you in unless you wear a mask. And so here in Canada, and I believe in most of the world, we understand that wearing a mask protects ourselves and protects others. With the idea of the COVID-19, it seems like the idea is that we wear a mask so that we're protecting other people. So you show you care when you wear a mask. It's a way to show your fellow human beings that, yes, I care about you. I care that you don't get sick. I care that I'm not spreading the disease to you or to anyone in your family who's immunocompromised. So it'd be really great if people just keep wearing their masks like they are doing overseas, China and Europe and all those places. Everyone's wearing a mask with no fuss. Here in Canada, a little bit fussy, some people. And in the States, it's become a whole political game. If you're Democrat, you wear a mask. If you're Republican, you don't. Whatever. I don't think the virus cares what political party you are in the United States, but you guys, you do you, you know? Um, I just am really happy to see most of the countries are getting the virus under control. And so, with that, I feel more optimistic about doing these horoscopes. So, here we go. Here we go. So July the 5th is yet another eclipse. This is our third eclipse in a row, in case you haven't noticed. We had two eclipses in June, and now July the 5th is a lunar eclipse in Capricorn. And with this, we have a heightened awareness of what we need, what we want, how we want to build our families, what makes a family for us. That we're in 2020 right now, the year no one's gonna forget, and ideas of family have changed quite a bit from perhaps the 50s or so. A lot of people are divorced. We have gay marriage and polygamous marriage and all these various ways to form family units. And what was interesting, I was watching Oprah give. I belong to Weight Watchers, so Oprah was doing one of her Saturday morning workshops with us, and she had on a guest who was um, hunkering down with her ex-husband and his new wife, and then she was there and being part, and they were all just there for the children, but it was interesting. And then and that brought other people on to discuss how, yeah, they're still friends with their exes, and several families of exes are coexisting during the COVID and trying to do what's best for the kids to make sure the kids are being balanced. I think that's fantastic when people can put aside their adult differences and focus on what's good for the kids. And this is one of the things this lunar eclipse can help us figure out, how we want to build our families and what's important to us. Chiron is going retrograde in Aries. And guess what? Mercury goes direct on July the 12th. Yay! In case you haven't noticed, Mercury went direct a couple weeks ago, and some may have noticed, some have not noticed, because everything is so screwed up right now, you probably wouldn't have noticed anyways, right? But for those that need a little refresher, Mercury is the planet of communication. And when Mercury goes retrograde, which it does 3 times a year, that can often signify having difficulties in communication. So you may find at work or at home, a lot of miscommunications, arguments, fighting, things getting lost, all that sort of stuff. And yet for other people, Mercury retrograde is the time they shine and it's their best time and they get everything done and they're wheeling and dealing and making money and, investing and everything's coming up Millhouse, right? So it really depends who you are and your attitude. And I spent most of my life not knowing even what Mercury retrograde was. And then once I studied tarot and we learned a lot about astrology and stuff because everything's all interconnected, right? And then I paid more attention when Mercury would go retrograde. But I often find if I don't actually acknowledge Mercury went retrograde, sometimes it goes better for me than others. Now, I will have to say, this one was a good one. I'm knocking wood. I personally am doing okay, I think. Am I making sense? If I'm not making sense, that's Mercury retrograde. Blame that. Okay, so we got a new moon on the 20th. And this, as always, all new moons, they give us a fresh start. And this one's, because it's close to Leo, you feel like you have a lot of urgency, a lot of urgencies to make decisions and get things done and all that, which is great because, a lot of us have pandemic brain now, which is what day is it? What time is it? Am I supposed to be somewhere? No, because I can't leave my house. I'm in quarantine. We're all getting mushy in the head, right? So this will probably sharpen us up a little bit. 'Cause right now we're in Cancer. And Cancer people, they're lovely people. They're dreamy. It's a water sign. We're paddling around in the shallow end, and Cancers, like beautiful things. They're homey. So it's a good time to be in isolation and during Cancer because, we're feeling homey and all that, right? Just bright, fixing up our homes. That's what Cancer's like. And for most of us who've been in lockdown, we're fixing up our homes and all that great stuff. So again, that brings the energy of the new moon. So see what you can fix, see what you need to deal with. And then July the 22nd is when the sun actually goes into Leo. So all the Leos can roar. But so this month, I guess that the main things to think about or are just what do you need to do? Now that things are opening up and we're getting our lives back, at least here in Canada and I think most of Europe. Um, what new goals do you have? Life's going to be different for a while, and it may be changed forever. It's hard to say. So what are you going to do about it? Do you still have a job? Do you need to hone up some skills, and then you're going to need to get different type of work because maybe your type of work, like some of my jobs that I had before the pandemic, I'm not convinced some of my jobs are coming back, right? But luckily, I have many jobs because I have many interests, so I'll have to keep looking around. But for a lot of you, it's the same thing. Is this the time to start being an online teacher or maybe write a book or hone up on your web design skills, think things like that. A lot of courses. Now, I work for two colleges, and both the colleges here in Toronto, they're not having in-person classes till January, and that's how all the post-secondary education is in Toronto right now. No campuses are open till January because we're expecting a second wave in the fall. So this is everything's online, so you can take courses anywhere in the world, and a lot of the courses, maybe not necessarily the schools I work for because I don't really know what the regular prices are, but I bet a lot of places are offering discounts on online courses. So if you're at home and you know your job's not coming back and you only got like another month of the serve to go. Hone up some skills and see what new skills you can have that'll help you, uh, not be destitute, not be without any kind of income. We have to think ahead and think smart. We can't expect that the old ways are coming back. You look at restaurants. Like I've been a waitress on and off for most of my adult life. And I can bet you I'm not going to be doing any waitressing, maybe never again, because I probably won't do it ever again just because of my age and all that. But I can't see waitressing coming back. For someone like me who does it casually, I get called in as a temp because the way the restaurants are, like they're so segregated that that staff is cut way down, that the people of regular jobs aren't going to be able to have them. So we need to be smart. And so this is what July is bringing us. We have the Cancer, hominess. So let's stay home and stay safe. And then coming into the Leo, let's get stuff done. So with those two signs coexisting, and all these eclipses and moons and planets doing their thing. Excellent month for getting your act together. Now that we're coming out of the panic and the freaking out and oh my God, we're all going to die. Now we can start thinking, okay, what's my future? What am I going to do with myself? What am I going to do with my life? Um, if your jobs don't come back, and even if they do, maybe it's time for a change, and it's time to turn the page, start a new chapter, and try something new and exciting. All right, so that's your advice for July. Some astrological, some practical, and I hope you're all doing really well. And I look forward to seeing all of you again next month. And then don't forget to just check your little individual horoscope for your sign. Because this month I have all the signs as well. So check the playlist and see what's up for you. All right. Have a fantastic July, and we'll see you next month.